All right, day 31, the last. Thought it'd be worth checking out kind of where we were and where we started and where we are now. And then see how well we can do on the last attempt. This probably won't be the last time I ever draw a map of the U.S., but for this experiment, it will be. I think this it's kind of a natural end to it, doing it for 1 month, just to see how we do. And for that matter, I feel like if I just drew it every day for ad infinitum, it'd just get boring after a while. And honestly, like I think, it's kind of starting to get to that point. So we're gonna end it here, and like I said, see how we can do. So let's take a look at where we started here. Here's day one. Not terrible, I guess. If you wanna, if you just ask a person off the street to draw a map of the U.S., this wouldn't be half bad, honestly. Like, all the states are more or less recognizable. West Virginia is a bit of a mess. Virginia is a mess. North Carolina, I don't know what the shape of that is. Basically everything here. There's some Louisiana. Oh God, but a lot of details here are missing. Montana looks pretty ugly. I don't exactly know what that border looks like at this point. This whole corridor here is a little bit. The borders are a little too straight. Iowa's kind of janky. Illinois is all out of proportion. Missouri is fat and out of shape, I guess. Arkansas is really wide. Louisiana is really wide, and then kind of everything kind of domino effects after all the rectangular states that are easy to draw. As you go east, everything kind of just dominoes out of control. So, yeah, so that's where we started, kind of on my baseline day one. Here's my day 30. I'd say it's a lot better. There's a few mistakes I made on day 30 here. That I don't always make. New York here, I just bungled that completely, but I did do a little studying, so I don't make a mistake that big. Maine doesn't look that great in this one here, but I'm gonna try to do a little better today. I did a little practicing on that state. I'm pretty confident I can do it now. Excuse me. And then finally just did a little study on Texas, because this is not bad, but it didn't look quite right to me, and I think I have a good idea of what it should look like now. So hopefully we can get it right on the last day. And then California, that one, it's been kind of a bane of my existence state this whole time, honestly. So we're gonna try to get that right. So other than that, um, day 31. Let's do it. Blank slate. Now we posting I'll post like a kind of a stack of all the photos of all the pictures that I've drawn, just to kind of so you can kind of scroll through them and kind of see how it evolves. I guess maybe, I don't know. Let's do it. There we go. All right, let's see if I can do California properly here. If not properly, at least passably. There we go. But we'll start with Idaho. I think it's a little skinny, honestly, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do with all that junk? All that junk inside your trunk. Okay, this will be a little bit on the tall side, but Okay, and then we're gonna just be a little bit afraid of commitment here and just kind of wait a second to before we commit to the eastern border of Montana and Wyoming. All right, well, I'm going to get the first state that I'm not happy with, which is going to be California. California has a tumor on its forehead today. Oh, got a little blurry there. There we go. Come back into focus. Sorry about that. Alright, if I'm being honest, this is probably a little narrow for Montana, Wyoming, Colorado. I think it's gonna end up being a little bit on the narrow side. Just eyeballing it right now. So I'm gonna try to make up for it a little bit by, I think actually if I make Arizona a little taller, then I can get New Mexico to be the right width, maybe. Let's see. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, and then Kansas is about 2-1, so we're gonna try to use that as my kind of eyeball test on the width of Oklahoma here instead of the three panhandles trick I tried earlier. That didn't go very well. Maybe if I do that actually, and then if I do something like that. See, it goes like 2/3 of the way up, so like here. If I do something like this, then I can actually kind of eyeball the width of the panhandle a little better too. Like I can kind of do the three panhandle trick in reverse maybe. So let's see if that works. All right, a little bit of a mess there on that border, but I've done worse. Okay. So if I make this like a third of the width, right? So if I try to divide this width into thirds, then the panhandle is basically one of those thirds. So it's like there. That's not bad. All right, we'll be happy with that. All right, so far so good over here. Gonna try to get this border about right here for Louisiana. It kind of bulges back in. Okay, so the kind of the study I did on this on the Texas southeastern like quadrant of it basically. Um, so like the bottom of the beer gut basically coincides with the top of the Rio Grande here. It's basically at the same latitude, but then I want to say it like kind of bulges out a little bit into the Gulf of Mexico before it kind of goes south. So it's actually kind of a almost a diagonal border here. It doesn't come straight in and down. It's like let's see. I'm gonna royally fuck this up if I like try to draw a dot on it right now. But so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna like kind of slowly extend it until I think it looks like reasonably close. Like maybe like that. It's like it's lower down than I think. Basically, is what I'm trying to get at here. So now if I do like that for Houston there, basically, and it kind of juts out as another one, and then it kind of drops down. Okay, that's actually pretty good. I'm gonna be happy with that. I think. I'm gonna call this one a win. Okay, now call that about halfway. So like 2/3 is like that. Okay, I'm actually a lot happier with the width and height of the Dakotas on this one. Okay, Iowa goes up like almost a quarter of the way up South Dakota, I think, and then does not touch Missouri, so it's like that. All right, I'll extend that a little bit. Missouri there. Okay, so I've been drawing Missouri like a little too narrow, actually, is what I've kind of sort of noticed. Like this, I want to make sure I don't get Arkansas too wide either. That's been a bit of a weakness for me, actually, Arkansas. So we're gonna eyeball this. I'm gonna eyeball the width of Missouri. It's wider than I think. I'm just gonna leave it at that. We'll try that. I'm gonna go back to it's almost a square. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. I think I can be happy with that. I'm trying to remember what So like there's Kentucky there. It goes up pretty soon afterwards, like that basically. Then Illinois kind of extends all the way down here, so I gotta kind of eyeball this a little bit. Like this whole thing's not an eyeballing exercise. Okay, there's St. Louis is gonna be like that. I think it's a little more pronounced than what I gave it, but this is not terrible. Okay, let's see. Alright, I'm not so happy with Iowa on that one. Alright, so there. Around St. Louis that actually this border kind of goes in, and then it kind of just does like a basically I gotta just make this meet. It's gonna be what it is. Okay, that's not bad. It's a little bit too much of a arc, but I don't think I can complain too much about it. So let's see. Okay, we're gonna try to finish that out later. All right, eastern half of that is not so great, but we're okay with that, I think. All right, height of Pennsylvania, like not quite like 2/3 of South Dakota, so that's all right. Before I have a chance to fuck this up further, I'm gonna go ahead and do the do the south here. Well, it's still kind of somewhat fresh. Okay. Okay, floor is gonna be a little big today, I think. Let's see if I can. All right, Virginia's gonna have really good height on it this time, actually. The question is whether it's gonna be too much height. Maybe a little too much height. All right, so far that's the worst mistake I've made. I think I'm making Pennsylvania a little too, New Jersey a little too short here, basically. But as far as mistakes go, like that's definitely a salvageable one. All right, let's see if I can get Maine right. Okay, let's see. It's like and then like a little more, and then a little less of a slope there. Kind of like that, yeah. Okay, not too bad. All right, okay, start so far. And kind of a flat port, and there's like a bay right there, I think, before it kind of goes into that. All right, Maine is huge. Might be a little too big, but I'm actually happy with the shape on it, so what are you going to do? All right, there we go. Lower 48. Let me get Alaska in there. I will say this, I do wish I had taken a little more time to kind of learn Alaska a bit, because it is definitely a state I want to visit at some point. Not to say that I can't just because I can't draw it. I don't think most residents of Alaska could draw Alaska, but I think it would have been something that I could have improved a lot on with relatively little effort. Well, that's day 31. So overall, again, pretty happy with the way this turned out. This is obviously not perfect. There's a few things I could definitely still improve on. Freaking made New Jersey too short. But honestly, like there's a lot that I can say I'm kind of really happy with. I mean, compare that to that, a lot more detail, a lot more, a lot more accuracy in a lot of the borders here. Um, yeah, this has been a lot of fun, and maybe one of these days I'll just post another one out of nowhere just to see if I can still do it. See what I remember, see what I forget. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun. Really, thanks everyone for watching this whole time, and um, I'll come up with something else to do, I guess now. Thanks for watching.